Welcome to my channel. So I talk a lot about the NHL on this channel with like a few PWHL videos sprinkled in there as well. But one league that I don't talk about that much, and frankly I should probably talk about more, is the CHL, which is the Canadian Hockey League. And this league has three leagues underneath it, that being the Western Hockey League, the Ontario Hockey League, and the Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League. And those three leagues don't play each other until the Memorial Cup, which consists of the winners of those three leagues and then the host city. And so I thought I would give my 2 cents on who's going to win each league and who's going to ultimately win the Memorial Cup. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So before we get into the winners of each league, I'm going to just touch on who's the host for this season, and that is the Kelowna Rockets in the WHL. And so they've already punched their tickets to the Memorial Cup. They look kind of shaky right now. They lost 4-2 to the Prince George Cougars last night. And like, you really have to trust the process with this team. But I think they'll be relatively competitive. They have Hayden Papanicus, they have Tisha Ginla, and they got Masden Leslie and Will Sharp. So they should be fine. Their goaltending is a little bit of a question mark, but yeah. So Kelowna is going to be hosting the thing, and we're going to have to see how good or how bad of a host they are. Starting with the league that I know the most and that I follow and watch and all that kind of stuff the most, and that is the Western Hockey League. And I'm going to refer to it as the Dub going forward. So the Dub has three candidates, in my opinion, for who's going to win it. That being the Prince Albert Raiders, the Edmonton Oil Kings, and the Everett Silvertips. Now, those three teams, all kind of different in their own right. Everett, consistently good. They have not missed the playoffs in their franchise's history, but have only won the WHL, I think, like 2 times. And so this team is bound to get another championship, and maybe this year they end up winning it, but I don't think that they're going to be the ones that end up winning it. I think that they're going to win the West, because out of the three that I mentioned, they're the only ones in the Western Conference. Other two, Edmonton and Prince Albert, they are the two in the East. Now, Prince Albert, they've made some moves to signal that they are going to be loading up as much as they can. Edmonton right now, though, looks a whole lot stronger than Prince Albert. And Edmonton, they got Joe Iginla, they have Blake Fiddler, and they have a few other players that are prospects of NHL teams. So I think it's going to be Edmonton that ends up winning. I do believe that they won in 22, I do believe. And from the way that the team has played, they have been competing with Everett for top spot in the whole WHL, or the Dub. And yeah, so I think that the Edmonton Oil Kings will ultimately win the West. Going on to the next league, and that is the Ontario Hockey League, and I'm going to be referring to it either as the OHL or the O. And now this league, it is a whole lot more predictable for who's going to be winning it, and that is the Brantford Bulldogs. And they have made several moves, and they have acquired a lot of good players. They've got like 4 first-round picks on their team, with another player who is projected to go in the first round in this upcoming draft. So, kind of in total 5 first-rounders. And they made the trade for Jet Luchenko a week ago, I do believe. And then they, at the beginning of the season-ish, they made the trade for Ben Danford. And they've been tearing it up, their top spot and everything. They did have a little bit of a speed wobble this year, or not this year, this week, against Oshawa. But they are looking poised to be winning the OHL. And, I mean, I don't think there's much disagreement towards that. My runner-up, though, is the Windsor Spitfires, because they've been kind of sneakily good this year in the O. And so I don't really see a world where Brantford doesn't win, but you never know. Maybe there's too many cooks in the kitchen and they end up losing in the first round, kind of like how Brampton did last year. And so, yeah, I do believe that Brantford will win, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. Now, getting into the last league, the QMJHL, or the Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League. Now, bear with me on this section, because the 2 teams that I'm going to be mentioning have French names, and I am from the West Coast. So my French is basically bar none 0. So if I don't add the R's or I don't pronounce these correctly, bear with me. I'm doing my best. So, for the team that I think is going to win the Q this year, I think it's going to be the Blainville Boisbriand Armada. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. The reason for this is that they acquired Gill from Rimouski, and they also have Justin Carbonneau, who was a St. Louis draft pick this past draft, who actually decommitted from college to play in the Q this year. And so, from the moves that they have made and from the results that they have put up, I have confidence that this team will win the Q. Now, keep in mind, I don't watch the Q that much. And so all of my opinions and all of these are kind of based on stats and not necessarily based on watching the teams. And the runner-up, I think, is going to be the Chicoutimi Saguenay. And once again, bear with me on the pronunciation. And from what I've seen from Chicoutimi, they're right up there with the Armada. And they have also made some moves to bolster their lineup. Now, with that all being said, I think that the Q is probably going to be the weakest team in the Memorial Cup. Now I'm going to transition into who I think is going to end up winning the Memorial Cup. I think it's going to be the Brantford Bulldogs. I don't think that there's many excuses nor reasons to really doubt them, nor is there any really reasons for their not being talented enough. And I think this year it would be a disappointment for them if they didn't win the Memorial Cup. And yeah, so I think Kelowna will be good hosts. I don't think that they're going to be the best. However, I think that it's just going to be another year of OHL dominance. And I mean, London Knights won last year, Saginaw won the year before, and surprisingly, to me at least, the Q won the year before that. And so I think that it's going to be the O this year, and Brantford's going to win. But let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know what you think about my opinions, and who do you think is going to win the Memorial Cup? Make sure you like this video and subscribe to let YouTube know that you liked it and that I should make more of these. And I will see you in the next one.